Hello everyone, I'll be teaching HTML basics and elements. So, before I get started with today's class, I'll be teaching you about editors that you can use to write your HTML. And we have different editors that you can actually make use of. So for the class, I'll make use of Visual Studio Code. That's what we're going to be making use of. So I would advise you to make use of it also because it is user friendly. So apart from that, we also have Sublime Text. Yes, let me show you. So apart from that, we also have other editors apart from Sublime Text. So we have a list of editors that you can use apart from Visual Studio Code and Sublime Text. But for now, let's download our Visual Studio Code. Yeah, so let's go. So I'll be downloading for Windows because I'm making use of Windows on my system. So while my Visual Studio Code is downloading, let's go back. So if you're using Mac, that's for Mac, for Linux and Windows. So it is depending on the one that you're using, you can download it. It has every features for it. So let's go back to our Sublime Text. You can use it to edit, you can use it for your code. When I mean edit, I'm talking about HTML and other code too. So list of editors that we can use for coding. List of editors for coding. Let's check it out. Let's see what we have. So we can see 10 best code editors for developers in 2023. Can you see Visual Studio Code is topping the list? It's very friendly. We have Espresso, we have Sublime Text, we have PyCharm, Spacemacs. In short, Vim. You can go online and make research on your own, Notepad++, GitHub Codespaces, just see a lot more, and you can try it out. So now let's go and check if our Visual Studio Code is done downloading. So we're going to install our VS Code now. So now that we have installed our Visual Studio Code, it is now open, and we go to open folder. It leads us to our system, file manager, then documents. I'll create a folder inside the document. So I'll create a new folder. I'll name it HTML basics. So now the folder is now opened inside our HTML, inside our VS Code, sorry. So create a file called index.html. Let's create a file, index.html. now we have created index.html, click on your shift button and exclamation mark on your system. So you have an option that will be brought to you by VS Code. Click on it. Now I'll be explaining what all these elements means. Please, for you to understand everything I've been saying since, for you to understand this element perfectly, for you to understand HTML perfectly, I created an introductory video in my first video for HTML class. You have to go and watch it to have a good foundation and good knowledge of what HTML is and the components. So if you want to know what HTML is and component, please go and check out the introductory video. I will put the link down so you can check for it. Introductory video for HTML. Please do the needful and watch it. So let me explain what doctype HTML is. Doctype HTML must always be in your HTML page. It must always be there. What does doctype HTML means? Doctype HTML is the one that we use that represents the document type. It represents the document type and helps browser to display pages correctly. This doctype HTML will help your browser to know the HTML version you are using. So you don't have to write if you are using HTML5 or HTML6 or HTML7 or HTML4. Your doctype HTML will be the one to decide the current version of HTML that is being used, and it appears once, and that's at the top of your HTML page. It appears once at the top of your HTML page. So now we'll go to HTML language, HTML lang in EN, which is English. I'm an English speaker, so I'll make use of EN. But if you speak Polish, Dutch, French, Spanish, you can change it to the language of your choice. But I'll be using EN, which is English. So please, if you want to understand these things that have been written here, I've explained it in my introductory video. Please do the needful and go and watch the video, and please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. So the head, you will see the head there. So let me just give you an intro of what all these things means. The head is explaining, helps in titling your website and for determining the size of the device that you are using. That's the viewport, the content width, device width, initial scale 1.0. It will determine the size of the device you are using. That's what the head is about. And the title, which is document that you can see there. That document, if I should clean this document, and I'll write on that word there. Let's say HTML basics. So now this HTML basics, if I should go live, if I should run this server, if you want to have it on your VS Code, you can just go to the extension on your VS Code. Yes, this extension, you click on it, you type live server. When you type live server, it will bring out the package. Then you click on it. It helps you to run your website locally, not globally, locally, so you can see what you are doing. So you just click on that go live. So when you click on it, you can see launch a development local server with the reload feature of static and dynamic pages. So if you have a static website or a dynamic website, you can use your live server to run it, to view it and see what you have been doing, because you can't just be writing your HTML without knowing how it looks like or what it looks like. So let's click on our go live and see how it works. So this is it. Can you see the HTML basics is at the top of the web page? At the top of the web page, that is the title. There's no website you will go to and you will not see this. The website will have a title, at the top. Look at most of these pages I opened on my Chrome. You can see it. They have title. Let's change the title and let's see what will happen. Let's make it HTML. Good. Let's save it and let's go back to our browser. So now we can see it has changed to HTML. That is the essence of the head and the title in our HTML code. Can we see? Can we see the function? I hope someone is following and you're understanding the basics of HTML. Thank you. So let's move on. So now we have the body. So how to comment in HTML using the angle bracket and the exclamation mark and the dash. Okay, hope you are following. So that's it. So I'm going to be teaching you about HTML headings. HTML headings. The articles, the website that you see, the headings, they have elements that they use to achieve that. We have the H1 to H6. Yes, they are the elements that are used to achieve HTML headings. So I'm going to teach you about the differences from H1 to H6. Let's see how we can do that. Let's make an example. Yes. What is my size? You might be wondering what an element is. Please, I'll drop the link for the previous video concerning introduction to HTML. Please do the needful and watch it so you can understand better. So we have the H1 to H6, which are HTML headings. We have the elements. What's elements? What's elements? Elements have opening tag and closing tag. The H1 has an opening tag and it also has a closing tag. Can we see? So please, to understand better, please watch the previous video so you can understand what I'm trying to teach you. Thank you. So can we see the difference? This is the H1. The size went from H2. This is H3, H4. All of them have different sizes. That is the difference between H1 to H6. Let's move on. So now I'll be teaching you about HTML paragraphs. So let's comment it. HTML paragraph. So HTML paragraph is written with the HTML element P, which signifies paragraphs. So this is a paragraph. Yes. So let's comment these HTML headings out so it will not affect what you are doing and you can understand better. So let's move on. Let's run it on our browser. So you can see how it looks like. This is what the paragraph is. If you check on any website online, you would understand what paragraph is. Paragraph is just like you writing normal words. Let's check a website, travel blog, okay? I would show you paragraphs in it. So this map of Africa is an H1 heading. The other words that you're seeing here, They are paragraphs. So that's the usefulness of paragraphs. Hope you understand. So let's move. Let's move to HTML links. Yes, HTML links. Please, if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. I would be replying to it. I'll be answering your questions. Please click on the like button. So for the link, we are using the A element, which has an attribute of href. The href is where you paste the link, the address to what you want it to show. Sorry about the hot, it's not part of it. It is for the image attribute, but the href is for the link attribute. So you see some words online that are clickable and transfer it to another place. That's the work of the A element. So travel blog, we want it to be clickable. You come here. Okay, let's copy this. Yes, let's copy this. Yes, and let's put it here. So when you click on the travel blog, you will see that it will take us to another page. Click on travel blog. Can you see? That is how link work in HTML. It will look and say, oh, how did she do it? Can you see? When you be thinking, how did this person how are they able to achieve this? This is how it was achieved. So now we'll be talking about HTML images. So you'll be wondering how images get to the website. How did they put it there? This is the way it is done, and I'm going to be teaching you that. So we are going to use the element called image. Image. This image has attributes. One of the attributes is source. Source is where the image is coming from. That's the source. There are different ways of putting images in the website, but for now, I'll be teaching you this method because we are still later going to discuss about images, how to put images in your website. But I'm just teaching you HTML basics. So the HTML basics will help you to understand HTML better, to build your foundation on HTML. So when they're asking about HTML, you can say something. We have the width also. But before the width, we have the alt. Yes, we have the alt. The alt means alternative text. Before your image load or when there's an error with network or anything, there's a particular text that will show. So it's that text we are going to input. So that's when you load when you open your website and the image is not loading, the alt text will be the one to show, and it helps with optimization of your website. So let's just put cat. So for the width, we'll put 200. Then we have height. For the height, we'll put 200 also. So let's go online and go and look for an image to use. Let's look for a cat image. Okay, so let's use this cat image. Yeah, let's use Pixel. You can see this beautiful white cat. Yes, this. Let's copy the image address. Then paste it in our source. Now let's save it and go back online. And let's save it and go to our local server and run it so it can show on our browser. Can you see? The width is 200, the height is 200. So let's continue. So if I remove the image address, if I clear it up, I save it, if I go back, you see that it's only the hot text that is showing. This helps with the optimization of our website. It makes our website load faster. It helps with the speed of our website because instead of the browser looking for the image up and down, it will just show you this, so you know that okay, this is what is meant to be there. Let's continue. So I hope you understand now. Please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. Let's continue. So you can see that src is an attribute of image, alt is an attribute of image, width is an attribute of image, height is an attribute of image. They give more info about images, their characteristics that images have, to help beautify it so that you can know what you want to do with the element. Image as an element has source, alt, which is alternative text, width and height. So you can decide to put width and not to put height. You can decide to remove your alt text, but I've told you previously that the alt text helps with the optimization of your website. The alt text is very important, so it's advisable for you to add words to your alt text for your images. So let's continue. I hope you understand. So we have what we call nested HTML. Nested HTML. What do I mean by nested HTML? You can see the HTML here, and you can see the end of the HTML here, the closing tag of the HTML. So inside this HTML we have the head. The head has the closing head also. So inside the same HTML we have the body. Inside the body we have H1 to H6, we have the paragraph, and we have the links and all inside it. That's what we call nested HTML. I hope you understand. So we also have empty HTML. Empty HTML. Empty HTML is you're wondering, what is empty HTML? I've never heard about it. How does it look like? Sorry about the delay. Empty HTML is BR. BR. It means break in line. Let me show you. So that's how it looks like. So BR means break in line. Let me write it out for you so you know what I mean. Break in line. So let me show you the usefulness. Let me use a paragraph. Hello. Then I'll make use of another paragraph. I am list codes. I hope you're all following. So I'll put the breaking line in the middle. Then let's save it. Can you see? There is a very huge space, a break between hello and I am list codes. Why? That is because of the BR. Let's go back to our code. So if I remove that BR, if I save it and go back to my browser, you will see that it is now normal. The space that was there before has gone away and it is now normal now. That is the function of BR. You don't have to put anything inside. You don't have to put any words inside. You don't have to put any content inside. And it will just be fine. So that is all for empty HTML. So I'll be giving you a beautiful hint. HTML is not case sensitive. HTML is not case sensitive. But I'm telling you, if you use capital letter P, that's paragraph, for your element, it will work. But I would advise you to always use the lowercase. I will advise you to always use the lowercase instead of the uppercase for your code. I hope you all understand. Thank you. Please like and subscribe to my channel.